third way of innovation. Third way of innovation. And let's try to save a grocery shop. Okay, so that's the objective. There is a kirana shop. You can imagine the one which is around your house or someone that you know. This kirana shop is threatened by the recent big innovations. We have metro, we have so many, food bazaars and all those retail shops that give a different experience. I'm the one I'm talking about, wherein you go deposit your bag, drag a trolley, you go move around picking goods as and when you want. So that is the future grocery shop that is coming up around a traditional shop. Here is a local shopkeeper who has um, a traditional shop wherein you go with a list and you keep on asking for the item, and someone measures the quantity and packs it up and gives it to you. And then there is a billing in which the boy, the helper, rattles out the list of items that you have taken, and the owner puts in the value, sorry, the amount on a piece of paper. Then you pay cash, something that old traditional grocery shop. So we have to save that, because obviously people are going to like the new shopping experience. So the expectations of people are increasing. The general customers, they want all the shops around them to accept Paytm and also provide all sorts of facilities. And they expect that the stock should be. They expect a lot of items to be available, and they want the freedom to choose what they want. Okay, which the grocery shop, the local kirana shop, is not able to provide. So we have to use the third way of innovation to save this grocery shop from going under. Okay, before we go that, let me give you a quick revision of design thinking. And since it is when I say it is a hands-on exercise, I need your participation. I'll be moderating. Okay, so it is you who will be doing this hands-on. It's not that I do it and you listen. No, it's the other way around. I'll be the moderator. Of course, I will give my inputs also. So I expect high interaction from the participants. Okay. Um, so I have put together a bunch of slides to review the design thinking approach. I have borrowed slides from one Mr. Ken Baldoff. So the next 10 or 20 slides that you see are not mine. So I'm openly declaring that it is taken from Mr. Ken Baldoff from the internet. And then the exercise part of it are my slides. Right. So what is the design thinking? Okay, before I go ahead, I'll just want to pause for a couple of minutes and stop sharing. And is this arrangement okay? Is the objective of the session understood, or are there any questions about it? So please speak up, or you can type on the chat window. Is the arrangement clear? The problem statement clear? The problem statement is to save a local kirana shop from the assault of the modern shopping um, facilities. So we have to use the third way, which means we have to innovate around the kirana shop. Okay, and we have to use the design thinking technique, which has 4 pillars and a specific methodology. That is what we are trying to do. And participants should participate to do these things. I'll facilitate and I'll chip in as required. So this is the objective. Are we clear on this, or you want any changes? Let me know. So kirana shop is a general store. Yeah, general store. It's called different things in different parts of India. It is a small shop wherein you get your grocery and uh, other things, mainly grocery. Okay. Sometimes they sell uh, stationery as well. Kakana Angadi, yeah. Kakanangadi. Yeah, there's a why it is called as Kakanangadi is because Angadi is shop. Kaka is a term used for people immigrating from Kerala. Usually, I think when I think the earlier stores were set up by the Malayali people. That's why they were known as Kakanangadi in Kannada. Yeah, that's the one we are talking about. So imagine not a small kakanangadi, small kirana. Imagine a decent one, okay, which is slightly bigger, not A4 size, maybe A3 or A2 size, having three shutters or four shutters. Okay, it's not single shutter shop. Okay, yeah. Now I'm continuing. So I'm going to give you an overview, quick overview of design thinking. Rapid summary. Okay. Now, design thinking has four pillars, as we know. First one is about empathy. This is the first important thing. The empathy, we have to feel uh, the pain felt by the other people. Babies are good at it. Animals are very, very, very good at it. So let me show you a quick video just to show how animals feel empathy. So this story happened in England. Just look at it.
That was a heartwarming moment. A dog imitated his injured owner's limp out of sympathy as he walked beside him. Russell Jones took to social media to share footage of his beloved lurcher Bill hop along the street with his paw raised above the ground in an effort to mimic his owner's movements. Mr. Jones later explained that he had paid £300 in vet fees and x-rays for his limping canine, only to discover the dog was actually copying him out of sympathy. The proud dog owner, whose video has since received more than 2 million views on social media, later took to Facebook to write, "Cost me £300 in vet fees and x-rays. Nothing wrong, just sympathy. Love him." During the clip, the lurcher is seen limping next to his owner as he hopped along the street with his leg in a cast. Following the touching scene, social media users shared their praise for the pup. One wrote, "He's come out in sympathy with you. Speedy recovery to the both of you." While another commented, "He's copying you, that's brilliant, though you have my sympathy for the vet's bill."
Okay, so that's the. Were you able to see the video? I hope so. So that is, see, the dog felt the owner's pain and it copied the owner and changed the way it walked. It also started limping. And it costed the owner £300 just to ensure that there's nothing wrong with the dog. That is empathy, and dogs are great at giving it to you. We humans are supposed to have that higher cognition, and we should do that naturally. But gone are the days wherein we empathize with others. Our colleagues, we look at our colleagues and other people like our enemies. It's always dog eat dog world and save my job. So empathizing is not easy. So to do empathizing, you have to have that ability to switch the perspective. So you have to put yourself in the shoes of the other person. Okay, only then you can empathize. So here, what we need to do, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the owner of the kirana shop. Okay. The second pillar is collaboration. Innovation is not a heroic act. Yes, wherein one person is innovating and the rest of the team is just, somehow walk around that person doing nothing. No, it takes a team and it's a collaborative effort. Okay, so today what we are going to do, you are going to collaborate with your fellow participants. So it's not just one person giving idea and others keeping quiet. Third one is inclusion. Inclusion of what? Inclusion of all sorts of ideas and evaluating them based on the purpose. Here, we are going to take a little bit deviation from design thinking. Design thinking says welcome all ideas. But in the third way, remember, we are not using radical innovation or disruptive innovation. We are not using incremental innovation. This is a Kirana shop going under. It has to shut down. There is no time for incremental innovation. And the owner of the Kirana shop wants to run the Kirana shop. So you cannot bring in an idea telling close the Kirana shop, convert it into a hair cutting salon. No. So here we are slightly playing with inclusion. We are including only those ideas that help us innovate around the box, around the Kirana shop. Okay. The fourth pillar is repetition. Repeat, iterate. So depending on the time available, we might go through a couple of iterations to identify ideas. So these are the four pillars of design thinking. Which are they? Quickly, empathy, collaborate, include, repeat. Now, empathize with people's requirements, not with people. So if the Kirana shop's owner is Mr. Prasad, you should empathize with his trouble, not with him as a person. So you have to separate people and the requirements. So needs and wants. Should be careful. Collaborate with others across discipline. Include every idea. Repeat, iterate, test. Today we may not be able to test this idea, but in reality you have to prototype every innovation that you are proposing. Wait, sorry, the slide jumped. Now, here is this quick question. Just I want to ask you, should you go down this route, design thinking, or are there any situation where design thinking is not required? Just let me have a couple of your perspectives. Again, unmute and explain or chat in the type window. Do we need design thinking always? Or can you think of a situation wherein you don't need design thinking? Based on experience also, shopkeeper can take a call to make changes. Okay. See, the call has been taken. He has to change. Whether it is based on his experience or whether it is based on the market demand, or whether it is because his family wants it, that's not the decision is taken. He has to change. Now the question is, should the design, let's say this Kirana shop knows one of you as a family friend, and he has told you that, look, I'm in trouble, I need to do something. And you have told him, sir, use design thinking. Let me help you and let me apply design thinking, because a few super duper people came up and lectured us about 5 days about this design thinking. So is that the way? So do you think you need design thinking in all situations? So I need your answers. Without your participation, this entire session is going to be useless. Or let me rephrase the question the other way. Does every does every innovation is design thinking? Each and every innovation is born out of design thinking. If I make that statement, am I right or wrong? Let me think of a small innovation. Shoe, running shoe. Oh yeah, when you are running barefoot, you can't run too far. The your foot will face issues. There are thorns, stones. So in order to protect, I'm creating the shoe. So I can argue that shoe is an output of design thinking because I empathized with the runner. Okay, here is one. It depends on the criticality of change. Hey, these are politically correct answers here. So like, give me a raw answer. You guys are telling it depends. That these are all safe answers. I want you to take a stand and say yes and justify, or no and justify. Don't be politicians. Politicians answer this way. You will never know what they really mean. Again, let me reiterate, you asked for hands-on session. A hands-on session has been created. Without your participation, it's going to be useless. So please unmute and answer. Do you need design thinking all the time? Or whatever innovation you see is a result of design thinking? Is that the case?
Every change that is going to be required is part of the design thinking. Any solution we look for a problem can be a design thinking part, or each and every solution is newer thinking, because based on their experience, I thought that is how I'm construing it as a design thinking.
Okay.
If he's taking someone else, definitely based on their experiences, problem is evaluated, can be solved, given solution which can be implemented.
Okay. So when you bring in the experience of people, you are being empathetic. So you are following design thinking. Is that what you're saying? All right, let's look at another point. Divya Thakur, commercialization sets innovation apart from design thinking. Uh, commercialization is required, otherwise where is innovation? What was the formula for innovation? Can someone type the formula for innovation that you learned?
Invention plus
Commercialization.
commercialization.
Is it plus commercialization?
Into multiplication.
Yeah.
Multiplication.
Innovation equals invention
Into
multiply commercialization. So I understand the tendency of academicians is to set apart commercial things. No, commercialization is a part of everything that we do. Design thinking is a process, innovation is the output. Okay, so okay, any other thoughts? Think of
Hello,
items.
sir.
Just look around. There's a book, there's a phone, there's a pen, there's a laptop, there's a writing board, there's a tree. Which of these are innovations and where did they come from? There is an there is a fan. Oh, fan. It was created to remove heat from a situation. Sweat is a problem. People suffer in summer. Therefore, I created a fan. So it's a design thinking output. Similarly, is there any non-design thinking innovation around you? Somebody unmuted to maybe to answer. Sorry if I've interrupted. Please go ahead. We'll take one or two responses. Okay, if there are no more responses, let me continue. The point that I was trying to make is majority, if not 100%, majority of the innovation that you see around is a result of design thinking. We have conscious design thinking, the other one is unconscious. Unconsciously, you are coming out with a solution. Okay, but nearly majority of the things are an output of design thinking. People may not know that it is so, but yeah, there is a good chance that it is out of design thinking. Okay, there is another comment. There are many unknown great design thinking solutions out there by Rupal PPT, but since not commercialized, they remain unknown by rural people. Okay, yeah, yeah, that's another perspective. Empathy, sometimes we express. Just because we don't express, it doesn't mean that empathy is not there. So empathizing is difficult to do, to give. To empathize, it is difficult. Second one, to identify empathy is also difficult. Okay, so here are a bunch of pictures just to show you how people come together. See, those are all different ideas. Look how many they create and paste. We used to do that when I was in UK. This is what I miss in India. People don't work this way. If I invite them to speak, they hardly speak. And when they speak, they'll speak like politicians. You don't know whether which way they are leaning. They're so safe. They're afraid to leave this way or that way. That is why India, we are where we are right now. Okay. Now, what is the design thinking process? We talk about this double diamond. Okay. We go through four phases: empathize, reframe the question, ideate, and then prototype and set. So we do diverging and converging thinking. That is, when you are empathizing, you expand your thought process. Oh, look at that man, he's suffering, Kirana store. Yeah, how do we do? Sales are going down. People want him to introduce choices in shopping and give him change a different shopping experience. Can you introduce what else can you do? See, you're opening your mind. Then to reframe the question, to converge, to select the ideas, you are converging. Here, what are you converging on? The purpose. What is the third way teaching us? Innovate around the box. That means don't think of replacing the Kirana store. Open your mind. Think what else can you do with this Kirana store? That is a divergent thinking. Then you converge. Let's say you have generated 100 thoughts. Now you converge on a single purpose. What was the third way's promise? You create a portfolio of innovations delivering a single business promise. So that is why you need to converge, come together. Let's say you have narrowed down on certain points. Now you need to again ideate. Initially, you empathize with the Kirana store fellow, then you converged on the purpose. Nahi, ye karna padega. We have to, these are the two things we have to address. Now you set your mind once again out and think about all the new possibilities in which you can achieve the business purpose. Then again converge, choose a few out of the set for prototyping and testing. Why you have to converge? Why not test? Let's say you got 100 ideas. Why you, okay, let's think from the beginning. You empathized and you identified 10 purposes. We need to save the Kirana shop. That is purpose one. Second, expand the Kirana shop by 10 times. That's the second purpose. Third one, what else? Open another Kirana shop. Expand linearly, expand in the vertical directions. Yeah. Expand in there are two directions you can expand. Expand horizontally. That means provide more products in the same kirana shop. Second one is expand vertically. Create more kirana shops of the same type. See, you can have so many purposes, but you have to choose one purpose. That is why you need convergence in the green triangle. Now, after you have chosen the purpose, you need multiple ideas. So again, you are looking at the sky and started thinking. That will give you hundreds of ideas. Then you need to converge again. So my question is, why do you need to converge? Why do we need the fourth triangle? Can I have some answers? Why do you need convergence after you have thought 100 ideas?
We have to drill down to the final thought process or the solution. That's why the
Okay.
conversing is taking place.
So one of the objectives is why converge?
We had 100 ideas. We want to come to one.
Yeah, right, red triangle. That was the question. So one of the answer A1 is in order to reach the conclusion. Yeah, if you don't converge, you don't conclude. That is okay. But what is the other reason? Any other reasons? Let's say I have 100 ideas to save the Kirana shop. What does the red thing said? Prototype and test. Can you prototype everything?
No,
Can you test everything? What is the prohibiting thing? What prohibits you from testing all 100 ideas?
cost, time, energy.
Yeah, correct. So the second answer is it is expensive to prototype. It's not easy. Not only cost and time. It can have other side effects also. Let's say um, you are experimenting with one idea. That might change the way people start looking at your company. Mm, let's say this Kirana shop owner started distributing milk. It sends a different message, right, to people that oh, now you are getting Kirana, no, milk also. Why? Kirana shop is not running already, is it? Let's say instead of milk, let's take a different example. Let's say one of the idea is to provide free advice on cooking, free cooking advice or recipes along with grocery. Now this will you want to test this. See, every test sends out a message. Okay, that message could change the perception of people about your shop. Okay, that is why prototypes and testing are expensive. People may not know that even what you are doing is just an experimentation. 2 days. For 2 days you will give the recipes, or for 2 days you will start vending milk. But you know that it is a short-term testing. But your people don't know that it is an experiment. Let's say you tried out whether selling milk in addition to grocery is going to save you. So for 2-3 days, you started selling milk and started recording the sales, and you come to the conclusion on the evening of the third day that it is no point in selling milk, and so you stop from the fourth day. But suddenly at 10 o'clock, somebody will come and ask you, "What, sir? No milk today? I thought I am getting milk." See, it changed the perception of people around you about your product or service. That is why prototyping and testing is really dangerous in some contexts. Okay, it will. So you have to explain a lot. So you have to tell everyone in your block, look, we are going to sell milk for 3 days as a test. But the problem is, if you announce that, people will behave in a different way, right? Quantum physics, if you observe, the behavior changes. The same thing, if you announce that there is a test, the student behavior changes, isn't it? So this the fourth red triangle is really difficult. It should be careful. So this is called as a double diamond approach in design thinking. Yeah, there is a problem space and a solution space. The first problem space is a design challenge. So we go from design challenge to create a design solution. It's not a straight arrow like this. It's usually a painful arrow like this. Painful thing. You know, you iterate a lot. You spend a lot of time. If you spend a lot of time in the problem space, you will find less time in the solution space. Okay, that is another thing that we have observed. That is why we always, when startups ask our advice, we always examine how much time they have spent on the problem space. People come with me, sir, this is a super duper app. I need funding 3 crores. This will solve so many problems. So our tendency is to examine, wait a minute, how much you have studied the problem space, how much time you have spent on the problem space. But most of the innovators, already jump to solution space. Okay, that is why most of the innovators come out with an app. Why? Because they think app is the solution. We have to reduce number of women getting attacked in the late evenings. What is the solution? Create an app. The women is under attack, and open the app and press this red button. Okay. Oh, Nirbhaya app is ready. Similar, this app. Okay, this app seems to be a solution for it. If you think app is the solution, I'm giving you one practical example here. If you think that app is the solution, then maybe you are jumping suddenly from problem space to solution space. There are people who don't even have mobile. What do you do? Do you think all women who travel late in the night carry a smartphone? No. Then your solution is gone, right? That is why this scribbling that we have shown here is a lot of scribbling in the problem space, because it is very, very, very difficult to understand what the problem is. We take it for granted. Array, this is the problem. If I declare a problem, whatever I declare is itself is the problem. No, you need to identify the manifestation of the problem, how the problem appears. Whatever appears like a problem may not be the real problem. Okay. So you need to dwell a lot on the problem space. The more time you spend on the problem space, you will be good in the solution space. Okay, so how this design? See, how many design thinking FDPs are out there? I was thinking at Atal, why are they sponsoring so many design thinking? Because people see design thinking as a different things they are trying to push under the brand design thinking. Yeah, I've seen this. You academicians go into these seasons. This seems to be the current season of design thinking. Okay, even the industry, we hang on to certain phenomena for 3 years. Cloud. We were jumping around cloud. Now we have started talking about cloud. Now we are talking AI, ML. Everything is AI and ML. Okay. Somebody showed me a machine learning based idli maker. Yeah, the size of the idli is they keep changing depending on the size, and the quality depending on the user feedback, it seems. So design thinking is branded in different ways. For example, design thinkers group, they are if you look at the process, it's always the double diamond, but they have named things in a different way. The design thinkers group call it as empathize, reframe, ideate, prototype, and test. So they say there are 5 phases. Stanford empathize, define, ideate, prototype, set, test. Okay. IDEO, the original inventors of this methodology, they speak about 4 steps: gather, generate, make, share. Then they changed it to inspire, ideate, implement. Then some other institute: looking, understanding, and making. IBM said it's object, reflect, make, observe, reflect, make. FSU Innovation Hub says empathize, ideate, build. If you look at all these things, there's always this: first understand, then do something about it, and then finalize. So it's all these are design thinking. In the inauguration also, people did mention that the third way is design thinking. Design thinking is the third way. Again, it's different use of the technique. So that's why I asked you a question. Whatever innovation do you see, is it a result of design thinking? One of the answers is to understand that um, one of the answers is that design thinking is understood in different ways and branded in different ways. Okay, therefore, you should be able to recognize it in which shape it is coming in front of you. Okay, so what next? Again, there are different steps here. How do you empathize? So you create a design challenge. Uh, you identify stakeholders, and you identify different contexts in which the stakeholders behave. So here, let's apply to Kirana store. First, you design, you take up the challenge. Okay, if this Sandeep Naik's Kirana store aisa nahi hota, to okay, if I were Sandeep Naik, how I would have designed my Kirana shop. So take that challenge. Stakeholder mapping. So for this Kirana store, identify the stakeholders. Oh, you have Mr. Sandeep Naik, who is the owner, and he has 3 kids. His elder brother also, he has to take care of his younger brother, who depends on the output from this Kirana shop. In order to understand, you understand the people involved, and also get the context of the people involved. Okay. For example, let's say Sandeep Naik has a mother who is 86 years old, and let's say she is bedridden. Okay. And she sometimes, let's say 5% of the profit of the Kirana store is required to treat the cancer, okay, of shop owner's mother. Now, what is the interaction of shop owner's mother with the Kirana store? It has a limited it has an important dependency, but the dependency is limited to money, the profit, and that too a part of the profit, isn't it? So does she, if the Kirana store changes the way it operates, does she get affected? Let's say they introduce a new billing system. So is the mother of the Kirana owner affected? No, because it's a change in operation. Unless the profit gets affected, this stakeholder doesn't get affected. So it's important to identify stakeholder and the way they are connected to the core product, and identify the variables which affect them. Okay. Road mapping. So to empathize with the Kirana shop, you have to think about the history. Oh, it was founded in 1963. Oh, fine. Okay, this is the second generation of the shop owners. Okay, now think fast forward. How things will change 3 years from now and all. And also the ethnographic research. This is important because let me tell you, the end user of every innovation is a human being. And every human being is different. So you need to really understand who are the users of the Kirana store. Okay, it's easy to say people, but you break them down. Then you will have the answer. Okay, this Kirana shop is located in an urban multicultural environment. Okay, you do demography. Which are the top 5 items being sold? It's rice, coffee, tea. Okay, rice, coffee, tea, onion, and let's say idli dosa batter. If that is the answer, then you look at the people living around here. Who are the people living around here? You see so many other people, young people. Do you have products for the young people? 20% of the people in the area served by the Kirana shop are aged below 18 years. Now, have you captured that market? Similarly, 20% of the population are old people aged 70 and above. Are you catering to that segment? So on the left-hand side, you have to break down your customers into ethnographic layers. On the right-hand side, you have to break down your product and service to see whether you are serving those segments. So that is empathizing. To empathize, you need to understand the people that your product or service is affecting. If you don't care about your customers, then where is the empathy? Okay. So these are some of the techniques for empathizing. And some of the techniques for reframing is, again, empathy mapping. Okay, you're empathizing with all the different ethnographic strata, and also empathizing with animals and all those other species also. It's possible, right? There are so many dogs in your locality. Are you selling buns? Because old people like dogs, they want to buy a couple of buns from you and feed the dog, right? So you map the empathy like this. Then exploring personas. This is where you're examining how each type of customer behaves. Then journey mapping, research, sense making. How might we, taking up open-ended questions like how might we do this, or how might we double our sales, right? So these are some of the questions that bring your focus back onto a single purpose. It will help you identify the purpose also. Then there are hundreds of ways to create, ideate, critical thinking methodologies. I explained on the first day itself. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds ways to ideate. Okay. Then prototyping and testing, low fidelity prototyping. This is choosing the right kind of stakeholders for conducting prototypes. Then not all prototypes need to involve the actual end users. You can simulate. Okay, so using paper or digital methodologies, acting it out. This is also important. You can enact this. You can visualize the future of Kirana store. Let's say Kirana store version 3, and you can play it out among your friends and family and see whether it works out or not. All right. So these are some of the methods. It varies from across these designers of the design thinking, and there are no right or wrong things. But there are some certainly what we have put out here makes sense. Okay. Sometimes, we think that all these phases are to be done in an equal manner. It's not the case. Sometimes you empathize and then you see, in our case today we are trying to save the Kirana store. So our reframing effort is very, very less, because single purpose is very clear: save the store. That's it. So the framing part can skew like this. You can spend less time over there. So here is the problem statement. So let's get going. So before we start, I just want to tell you this thing. The bulb represents innovation and the umbrella represents saving. So, if you are approaching design thinking with the third way, which one of these you are doing? Which of these pictures represent saving the Kirana stores using the third way? Bulb represents the idea, umbrella represents saving. Is it the umbrella saving the bulb? That means is the third way saving the, which one? Is the umbrella, is it outside and design thinking inside, or design thinking outside and saving inside? Don't give me a political answer telling both are right. Any takers? We'll take 3 responses. Hello, am I the only one here? Umbrella inside the bulb. Those who have kids know this. Ask a child a question. The child gives out answers. You just say, "Hey," then they change the answer. Right? So, is that the right answer? The third way, that is innovate around the box. That is the third way. I constructed this picture exactly to reflect today's case study, saving the Kirana store. Umbrella outside. Someone gave the other thing. Okay, so let me not torture you any further. So in my opinion, this is what we are trying to do. We are trying to save the Kirana store. Okay, so that is the single most purpose that is why we are doing design thinking. Okay, so the metaphor that suits the current job on hand is this: the light bulb is inside a purpose. The innovation is always like this. To innovate, we always show a light bulb, a freestanding light bulb. But the light bulb is never freestanding. There are always constraints around the light bulb. So there is a protection. There is a limiting. Umbrella is protecting as well as limiting, right? So this umbrella is telling, look, the job is to save the Kirana store. So umbrella is offering you protection as well as a restriction. So light bulb, don't exceed me. So stay focused inside. Okay, stay focused within my confined boundary. So that is what is disruptive. So that is what is the third way is teaching. Don't destroy the core product. Okay, innovate around the core product. So that is the restriction. So if you are using a combining third way of innovation with design thinking, the third way gives you a limitation. Okay, it gives you a single purpose, which is a high focus as well as a restriction. You are required to use design thinking techniques in order to create innovative solutions around the core product. Okay, so this is the right metaphor. Now, so what shall be the process? 1, 2, 3, 4. So let me straight away give you the answer. Um, This is what the design thinking on the left hand side, the process is this: empathize, collaborate, include every idea and repeat and iterate. Now, only change, if you're using the third way of innovation along with design thinking, the only change you are going to make is don't include every idea. Include every complementary innovation. So this is the change that you are going to bring in. Okay. If you apply design thinking alone, so if it is just a light bulb without the umbrella, if the problem statement is save Sandeep Nayak, the owner of the Kirana shop. Um, excuse me if there are any Sandeep Nayaks, beg your forgiveness. It's just a random number. Yeah, I just looked around, I saw this name, so I picked it up. So if the objective is to save the owner, not the shop, then you can come out with an idea. Close Kirana shop, open haircutting salon. Yeah, then the core product is destroyed. No? So the third way is reminding you, look, don't destroy the core product. These guys have spent, this shop was started in 1963. So they have been in this market for what, 37 plus 20, 57 years. Okay. So if you retain the core product, you are on the third way. So you reject all these ideas that destroy the core product, and you invite only those ideas that create complementary innovation. If you are doing that, then you are doing design thinking with third way of innovation. So I hope that I have clarified where design thinking starts, where design thinking lies, and where third way of innovation lies. Okay, so just wanted to bring you this clear distinction. We are not talking, both are not same. Okay, uh, if you have design thinking, you won't get third way automatically. If you have, if you are using third way of innovation, you may or may not use design thinking as a technique. There are two independent things. When you combine them together, you have to make a little change, slight change in the third step of the design thinking process. Okay. So I believe in the past 4 sessions, you have understood that design, this third way asks you to make asks you to take 4 key decisions. One is, what is your core product? That is the first question. So identifying the core product is the first decision you take. Second decision is identify the core business promise. And third one is, again, how do you innovate around the box? This is where you apply design thinking. And the fourth way is, how do you deliver this innovation to people? So those are the 4 things that you have to do as a team. So the core product, let me help you with the first one. The core product is, what is a core product here? The age old Kirana store, uh, serving the people uh, around it from the past 67 years. Okay, product equals what? And general household items. Okay, let's not limit. Okay, this is enough. This is the product is Kirana store. Okay, first decision we have taken. Now what is the second decision? Can somebody help me with this? What should be the core business promise? This is also means it is a single promise. Okay, let me not confuse you there. So what should be the core business promise? What did you learn from Nitin Verma's second session when he spoke about question number 2? Any answers? Are you guys doing multitasking? Are you guys correcting papers, writing journal articles, or attending other FDPs in parallel? I need answers. Otherwise, this hands-on doesn't make sense. Enhance around the core items being sold in shop. Yes, that is an activity. But what is the promise that you are making? Look at the word promise. Promise means something. To whom are you promising? I'm highlighting. Let me change its color. Let me make it big. What is your core business promise? What is the core promise of the Kirana shop? Only one or two people are answering. Delivering quality products. Yes. Delivering quality products. Okay, we got one answer. So let me write a few. Delivering quality products. Can we empathize a little bit more with the community around the shop? If you are Sandeep Nayak, would you say, tell this to your customer? Let's say you're Sandeep Nayak and customers are coming in and going out, coming in and going out. You want to tell them something. What would you like to hear if you are a customer of Sandeep Nayak? Sir, we are delivering quality products. You listen to him and say, okay, so what? One of the deadly questions in life is this, yeah. So what? Okay, so keep asking so what and improving the answer. Is that the best answer? Is that the single promise that you can tell people? I deliver quality products. So a customer might answer, so does the other shop. You are on the south end of this road. There is another shop on the north end of the other road. He also says the same thing. So why do I care? At lowest cost, price, to continue delivering car needed at affordable price. Okay, we got slightly better answer. To continue delivering products needed at affordable. Again, you're getting into details, which is good. So you're now thinking about need. Let me highlight, you are empathizing with people. Good. So you're thinking about the need. You're thinking about affordable. Can you personalize a bit? What was it? What did I tell you? Kirana, what was the answer for the first question? Is that what keywords you pick up from here? Let me type it in the pick up those keywords. Adding items to different segments. Again, like you can't talk like this to customers. Sir, we are adding items to different segments. He'll say, what segment? We care for customers. Again, you're using the word customer. He is standing in front of you. He is appearing like a human. He has a name. You know him. What do you pick from this? First answers. All products are available. This is dangerous things to say. You cannot provide all products. Right? He will ask you, give me 3 nuclear bombs. What will you do? Yeah. Nerds like me, no, we always, if someone says everything is available, we'll immediately ask, quickly give me 2 bombs. Right. We have age-old tradition in some products. Do you? You are selling products. You are not making those products. You have variety of products. That's what the other shop also says. Again, you are not picking up. Pick up on the sentence. Output of the first question. First decision is the core product is the age old serving people 67 years. Trustworthy store for the society. Yeah, now we are getting something. Now we are getting trustworthy store for the Now these keywords are emerging. So, okay, now we need to move on also. So let me pioneer. Pioneer is a means you'll it's future looking, etc. So let me if I were Sandeep Naik, my business promise would be that I am your most trusted uh, grocery wala who know you and your needs, and I'm always available for you as we have been since 1963. That's the single most business promise. It should be the most trusted supplier. Supplier of. See, if I call myself as grocery wala, I'm blocking myself, right? What if I want to create some other service uh, um, other than grocery? So I don't want to limit myself. So I have to say most trusted supplier of essential essentials, or some, you put an equivalent word. Supplier of your needs. Then you modify who know you. This is the promise you are making. I'm always available for you, as we have been. This is boasting, like Donald Trump. We are, banging our own drums. Hey, we have been since 1963. Okay, there's some questions here. Trust is implicit. What is implicit? New products are available. That's implicit, right? I don't understand what is implicit. Anyway, coming back to this. So we have identified our core business promise, that we want to remain as the most trusted supplier of people's needs. Okay, like we have done before. So that is the core business promise. I will supply your needs. Trust me, because we have done it before. Now comes the innovation. Now you innovate around the box to save the shop. Remember the two decisions we have taken? The first decision is to remain the core, keep the core product as Kirana store. The second decision is to remain the most trusted supplier of needs. That is the business promise. Now tell me, what do we do? Apply design thinking here. Empathize, collaborate, yeah, include, and test. This is where you need to unmute and speak a lot and put out many ideas. A lot of people dropped out. Only 60. Okay, you have 60 people. So give me quick ideas. Innovate around the box. What can the Kirana store do to survive? Around the box. What can we do around Kirana store? Yeah, I'll just type whatever you say.
Yes, a person can go door to door. That visit person can do.
Okay, door delivery. Yeah,
Door delivery, he can go. He will build interpersonal relationship with the local
fine.
buyers. That
Okay,
thing he can do.
build. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
door delivery. Next.
Or core things are he will build his interpersonal relationship. That he can do.
Fine, but where is the innovation? Building interpersonal relation is an activity, is not an output of innovation. So I need output of innovation. Door
Yeah.
delivery
Or
is the innovation.
he can give paper advertisement
That's
in
again. No, again, where is innovation in that? Door delivery is again, you are answering the fourth question.
hmm.
Fourth question is, How do you deliver the innovation? Here, your answer comes here. One is
Mhm.
door delivery. Now,
Okay,
my
okay.
question is, what is the innovation? Door
Okay.
delivery is not the innovation. It's a mechanism.
Right, right.
What you need a thingy here, an object or a
Mhm.
service.
Mhm.
You need a product. Let me give you a hint. You need a product or a service.
Mhm.
Okay, you gave a service, so you can also argue that door delivery. So if you add door delivery service, then it becomes a output of innovation. Fine. Okay, that is one
Right.
way. Yeah, one complementary innovation is a new service, door delivery. Then
You can also book your, you can give your services to via SMS, via WhatsApp. You can do it.
let's say it is this store is located in. Let me go. Whenever. Okay, maps. So let me zoom out. This I do whenever I'm presenting. If I need a place name, I just zoom out and then randomly zoom in.
Sir, you can
Okay.
pick Noida Film City, where I am right
Yeah.
now. I'm
Let's. Yeah. Let's say it is located in this town called Lateri
okay.
in Madhya Pradesh. Okay.
Okay.
There. Look at this. There is Choti Madagan Ashram, Khedapati Mata, some Gayatri Mandir, Janpad Singh. There is a lake around here. This looks like a neither a village nor a shop. I don't think there are too many smartphone users. You said SMS based delivery, is it? SMS based fulfillment or SMS based ordering. Okay. Any others? 24 bar digital marketing. Okay. Again, this is a anyway because there is a convergent phase coming, so I will collect all these ideas. So see, none of these should destroy the core product. Door delivery is not destroying the Kirana store. SMS, this is not destroying. This is also not destroying. Okay, what was the other one? 24/7 for it. Now you're getting 24/7 service. POS machine to drop items and take online payment. Shall I call it as new machines and new payment method? Okay. Okay. What is it? Digital payments? Yeah. Anything else? What other service you can think about? Have you heard of coffee table books? If you go to old companies in the visitor area, what do you see? You are visiting old company, which is a, let's say you are going to Godrej factory, which is existing maybe from what 400 years, I don't know. It's very old. What do you see? You see history, right? Documented history, isn't it? Photographs of the old, how it was, how the store was 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Now, how can you use that to improve the sales? You are fed up with this. When I type the word, you will understand. We all are fed up with this now. KYC. But it's a very, very, very interesting tool for this shop, isn't it? Know your customer. So you're here in from the past 67 years. You should know. So when you deliver a service, ask a question. Hey, how is Ramchandra doing? Did he complete his MS? Hey, how is your mother? Or if a young kid comes, you know what? Your father used to shop here. You exactly look like him when he was a 20-year-old boy. So use the customer knowledge, customer's knowledge to improve product slash service delivery. See, when I said keep the Kirana store as the product, I meant I never said change the products inside. You are free to change products. But the store should remain. You should not say, you know what, let's break the store into three parts. The first one can be a nail, a massage center. The second one is a, what is it? Um, Hookah bar. And third one is a kirana shop. Yeah, of course, your profits will go up if you do this way. Okay. What else? What else? Quickly. Any other big platform become part of geo vendor? An interesting thing came up. If you become part of geo vendor, what happens to your core product? A feedback and attendance form day 4. Hey, this is not a solution. Renovating kirana shop and enhanced experience. How do you give this? Yeah, this is the problem. Enhanced experience means what? You have to elaborate it a little bit. Sales items increase based on outreach. Okay, where is the outreach? Outreach itself can be an activity. This is what I said. Customer knowledge to improve products and services. So it's included in that. All right, so we are running out of time. So thank you very much for your inputs. Now let's move on to the next. No feed response in feedback form. Unable to open. Hey, you are mixing multiple things. Please hold on the feedbacks. You participate in this first. The session is not yet over. Um, okay, so let's say you have found out these are the complementary innovations around this. Okay. I would like to add one more. Yeah. Personal order collection. Yeah, do that. What if Sandeep Nayak spends 1 hour a day roaming around the colony because he's there in the past 67 years, the shop is there. Yeah, let's say the shop was founded by Sandeep Nayak's father, which means Sandeep Nayak grew up in this area. What if he and his team goes around the colony introducing his team, telling, look, we want to, deliver personalized service. His name, this is my team. This is Ram Nayak from, you know him, right? He is related to, you can tell the history also. This is that person's grandson and all. Introduce your team. Personalize. You tell them, do you need dal? No, no, no. I think you bought 5 kgs last week. Okay. I think you don't need dal. Okay. Any masalas? Any MDH you want? Something like that. If you do that, definitely you can outbeat the competition. Okay, because compared to the competition, the core strength you have is this particular area. Okay. Right. Now comes, how do you deliver this innovation? How do you deliver this innovation? Tell me. Now, let's apply some convergent thinking. Which one you are going to retain out of this? Let's say personal order collection. Okay, quickly tell me which one has high impact. Let's choose 4. 1, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Let's take three, four out of these seven. Which one ranks number one? Which, let's say we can afford to take only four innovations to the market. Which one you want to take the first? Which one takes the first rank? No response in the. Hey, I'm reading the same message.
A
Please.
personal order collection and door delivery.
So rank number one goes to personal order collection. You think it is going to make a difference, right?
Yes, that will increase the number.
Definitely, it has potential. All you can say is you cannot say whether it will definitely make, but you can say that okay, it has a potential. It is worth testing. Okay, it is worth trying out. Okay, which is the second one? First rank door delivery. Okay, door to door service. Okay, next. Only two?
SMS based order.
SMS based ordering. But you are doing door delivery already. And you are going personally also. So you still need SMS. I can mark it as green, but
No, but they keep coming. All around the day they can keep coming.
okay, whatever you say. Yeah. See, these new machines, etc., are gizmos. People don't care about it. Have you ever worried about the machinery that your shopkeeper has? You should worry if you are getting a haircut and if he uses a hacksaw instead of scissors, you should be worried. If he uses a knife instead, if he picks up a knife instead of a scissor, you should be worried. But in Kirana store, do you ever worry except in the balance scale? If it is very strange only, otherwise you don't worry about the equipment they use, right?
No, we need not keep the cash, right? So that's how I thought about digitalization. Because
Okay, so
people at
this,
home, maybe parents, old age
okay,
people are there, they may pay online.
okay, so
Yeah.
digital platform.
Likewise, I thought.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
Let's start digital platform. So four solutions you have chosen. Right now, these are complementary innovation. The digital platform supporting all known payments. What everyone talks about supporting, but see, I have an American Express card. Nobody accepts it. I don't know why I have it, but I got it. So people say, "Oh, we have digitalized." You pull out American Express. They say, "No, American Express." You try giving Sodexo a pass. They say, "Oh no, accept that. We accept everything." Do you have Beam UPI? They ask in turn. So truly digital platform means it should support all non-payment methods. Non-payment methods. No questions asked. How about credit? What about credit?
Great increase, yes. Monthly payments.
Yeah, credit, EMIs, EMIs, small loans. Again, these are dangerous because if you introduce these, your core product, you're going away from the core product. You should be careful. You become a finance fellow instead of a Kirana store owner. But it can be a complementary innovation, very good complementary innovation. Yeah, microfinancing, microfinancing let's try a few wacky ones. We have new ones. Yeah, microfinancing or grocery, not for anything else. Grocery. This is where you should stay close to the product also. Okay. The other thing you can do is tie up with schools. Yeah, tie up with schools. Why not? That is a complementary innovation, right? Tie up with schools for midday meals. Okay. See, these are some other complementary innovations that you can uh, make use of. These two are very good examples of. I would like to highlight them in a different color. These two are real complementary innovation. This will definitely explode. Why I'm saying microfinancing is because it's a 67-year-old Kirana store. Okay, yeah, right now it is suffering, but they can, I assume, have the ability to act as a microfinancing agency and help people out only for grocery money, nothing else. Okay, tie up with schools and then special offers for weddings and other occasions. This also can be a very good complementary innovation. Okay, getting married, order at Sandeep Nayak's. Order from Nayak Mama. Maybe they know you as a mama or something because you're there in the industry. That's why I said, don't ever forget the output of the first question. Age old Kirana store existing in the past 67 years. So you have to use this to create complementary innovation. So next, how do you deliver the innovation? In a digital manner, in a door delivery or 24/7 ops, digitalization, you can say with empathy, because you know everyone, right, in the community. Yeah, this is how you deliver the innovation. So yeah, so take these prototype and then maybe see in the initial thing you can prototype with the green ones. Okay, and then if you based on the feedback come and check out these things. Okay, so with a collection of these things and given time, we believe that the Kirana store can be saved. Okay, so I hope this example gave you how we applied the third way and design thinking. See, we were not thinking about the steps involved in design thinking until we came to decision number 3, right? Until we came here, we were not bothered about design. Okay? So start with the third way. Ask 4 questions. What is my core product? We answered Kirana store. Age-old Kirana store existing from past 67 years, knows the community. That's the core product. What's the single business promise? To be the most trusted vendor of your need. There is a difference between need and want. I hope you understand that. Need versus want. Want is optional. Need is essential. Water is want. Coca-Cola is want. Sorry, water is need. Okay. If you are thirsty, water is the need. Coca-Cola is the want. Okay. So need versus want. Here, the business promise is I'm going to be there as the most trusted supplier of your needs. Don't worry. I'm there. I'm covering your back. Whatever you need, it is out there. Only when the third question comes, he started into design thinking process. Okay, let's empathize with Sandeep Nayak. What can we do? What are the ideas? Okay, I hope with this you have understood where these two things, how these two things work with each other. Okay, that's all I wanted to communicate today. I hope you had a good session. What we did today is we quickly reviewed the 4 pillars of design thinking and the double diamond method, and we understood that different providers of design thinking have different phases, names, and nomenclature and taxonomy. It's all fine. And then we looked at some of the activities to do these 4 things of design thinking. Then we took up the problem of the local Kirana store. Oh, we also understood how the third way and design thinking work with each other. And then we took a example of a dying Kirana store and applied the third way, identified a set of complementary innovations using the principles of design thinking, and we believe that we have saved. What do you think? If you provide these things, yeah, green and red ones, do you think this Kirana store will survive? This is a good chance, right? So that is the summary. So if you have any questions, I'll take them now. Otherwise, I will. Yeah, let's take some questions. Everybody is running away. What's the hurry? I don't understand. It was 71, 18 reduced, 71 reduced to 53. Any questions? Quickly. Yeah, there was one question: how to teach design thinking to students? There is only one way: stand up and teach. That's it. You force. You just go to the classroom, tell them that you are teaching a methodology, and teach them. That's it. There's no other way. And if you are an autonomous college, yeah, introduce it as a course. Or if you have time, call them and conduct a hands-on thing. You should do, you know what you should do? You should identify small problems like this and give it to students and ask them to use this technique to solve them. I'm sure, see, like I said the other day, the advantage of being in India is there is no shortage of problems. Wherever you see, there is a problem. Okay. Give them an idea. Okay, here is a your. I hope most of you are using your green boards and write with the chalk piece, right? Or have you all switched over to digital boards? I don't think so. Most of you are still using green boards with chalk piece, right? So chalk dust accumulates, right? Ask them to solve that problem. And the chalk dust gives cough. See, I taught at Chitara University for 18 weeks, and I was really bothered by that chalk dust. It was, I was coughing all the time because I'm not used to your environment. So ask them to solve the problem of chalk dust using design thinking, and see what they can come up with. You can give them small. Ask them to solve the problem as this attendance. Yeah. How do you take attendance in the class? You lose 15 minutes, right? Or do you circulate a paper and people put proxy signatures and all this nonsense? Is it? Or do you use biometric? So look around. I'm just giving you examples. How do you solve this problem? And if your class has 50 to 60 people, how do you evaluate essays and papers? I know it is your job, but I'm empathizing with you. How can you improve evaluation? Take this as a problem and give them a 6 months project to come out with better ways to evaluate student performance or grade essays. You have to think, force yourself. Otherwise, you will not be able to do. The only way to do is the surprising answer to such questions. How do we do it? Is to do it. That's it. You will after doing it, you will understand how did you do it. See, 90% of the time, it is our hesitation that stops us from achieving glory. All of us want excellence and glory, but 90% of the time, we don't even try. Okay, so 4 minutes passed. There are no questions, so I yield my time and back to the organizers. Thank you very much. Organizer also dropped off, or
No, sir, I'm here. So I was thinking we were interacting with the participants. Okay, if there is no questions from participant side, can we conclude? Can we conclude, sir?
yeah, I'm done. So unless there are any questions,
Yeah.
you take the call. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, is there any questions from participant side? Okay, if there is no questions, then we are at the end of the session. I would like to just summarize what happened in the afternoon session. Afternoon session was on hands-on on a design thinking process. Sir started with interacting with our participants on a third way of innovation, design thinking, especially in grocery. He took the case study of Kirana store, and based on this, he made us to apply a design thinking process. He explained the concepts of empathize, reframe, and prototype and test. So he asked us to identify the gap between the design challenge and design solutions. And later he took the example of Kirana store in detail, which was a brainstorming session where he took the informations from audience to summarize things in decision 1, decision 2, decision 3, as well as decision 4. Then he refined the answers in such a way that to formulate the Kirana store into a uh, successful business. So the interaction was very much interesting, sir. So you made hands-on very much interesting, and kept our participants uh, especially alive in the afternoon session. That's what I have to highlight. So thank you very much, sir, for making us to realize what is design thinking process. And on behalf of all our participants, on behalf of the coordinators, on behalf of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, JNNCE, I wholeheartedly thank you for being with us. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. One more point. I've always listening to your summary is always
Yes, sir.
interesting and nice. You seem to be the only one awake all the time, and you beautifully summarize things. That's a skill you have. I've observed in all these sessions. So thank you very much. Lovely coordination. Good luck to everyone. Tomorrow morning is the test. We are receiving questions. We will soon put it out. It will be a Survey Monkey link. Once you start, you have to take this test in one sitting. Okay. So don't worry, you'll finish in 20 minutes. Or we are not keeping things very complex. I'm sure that you will all do well. And if you have, if any of you have worked on the assignment, please share that as a zip file to me. Um, okay, here comes the student inside within you. How many questions and how much time? Questions will be between 30 and 40, 30 and 40. Okay. Time is what? It's up to the organizers. Uh, it's up to you. Um, so whatever they define. So usually they tell me when to start and when to stop. So I just click on the button to start the test and click on a button to stop the test. So questions will remain the same. The answers will shuffle from each participant. If two participants take the question test, it looks different. And it's a simple MCQ question. We will be taking some feedback as well. So there will be some question. Start time at 10 a.m. Again, this is the test will be ready tonight. Whenever Chetan or anyone says go, we will click on the release button. So it's up to Sabeel sir and his team to tell us when to start and when to stop. Last time the FDP, the test link was kept open for a while. We have to be ready from 9 a.m. Again, don't worry, you are already ready.
We start at 9:30. Examination.
Yeah, whatever time you say, I will set it in the system. It will automatically start at that time and automatically close at the defined time. I believe you have a WhatsApp group. You can discuss that and let me know. The testing engine has a option to set the start time and the end time, and it will accept only one response. You can't go back and change your answers for the obvious reason. And all slides will be zipped and sent to you as PDF files by your coordinators. We'll give it to you, and the results will be shared with the coordinators. Um, and if they say if the test is closed, we can discuss the answers in the afternoon session. If the test is open, we cannot discuss the answers in the closing session. Okay. So all these decisions should be taken by JNNCE, and we will follow the instructions given to us. Yeah.
Okay, sir. We will have a WhatsApp discussion on this. And
Sure. Right. Great. So thank you very much. I hope you had a good session, and best wishes for the test. Okay. See you soon. See you tomorrow. Bye.
thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Dear participants, regarding the test, what the decision our coordinator is going to take, that will be communicated to you in the WhatsApp. Please be in touch with us for the instructions which will be sent through the WhatsApp for the test. So according to the schedule, it should start from 10 a.m. If at all there is any change in the schedule, so we will update you in the WhatsApp. Please be in touch with us. So thanks for your patience listening, and thanks for being with us today. Tomorrow is our last session. We solicit your same coordination as and
Sir, one
cooperation
humble
from your
request, sir.
side. Sorry.
One humble request. So please keep
Yes,
after
yes, please go
10
on.
o'clock, sir. Please after 10 o'clock, sir.
Sorry, sir, you are not audible. Can you be louder?
I'm saying please keep it after 10 o'clock, sir.
You are asking to keep it after 10 o'clock.
Yes, sir. That will
Okay,
best
sure,
because
sir. We will,
in morning we used to commute here and there, so that is very time consuming thing. So we
yes,
will
sir.
be not
I
recording.
have a small suggestion from my side.
Yeah.
You can put the same request in the WhatsApp so that coordinators can take the decision.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Right, sir.
Yeah,
Acknowledge.
sure,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you for your
Okay.
cooperation. So we
Okay,
will
sir.
be back once again tomorrow. The time will be updated in the WhatsApp. Please be in touch. Thank you, one and all.
Okay.